This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today once again on a historic day in the metal space. Couldn't have a better guest on today. Contrarian speculator and one of the best ones in the space, Mr. Jeff Phillips. Jeff, you are a contrarian by nature. There's a part of me that thinks you're probably sitting back and smiling. We were just at the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference, and one, it was extremely upbeat, extremely busy, and we chatted about this market being about greed and fear, and how there was definitely a lot of greed in that convention center. I would love to get your thoughts on a day like today, where gold is down some 9%, silver is down 28%. I could go on. Platinum down 20, palladium down 15. The lone exception really that's hanging in there right now, or two, are copper and uranium. Copper down slightly, 1%. Uranium actually pretty flat on the day, recently breaking the $100 per pound mark. Thoughts on this pullback?
Hey, thanks for having me, Gerardo. My voice is a little shot. As you said, I was at the Metal Investor Forum conference for 2 days, rolled right into the VRIC, Vancouver Resource Investment Conference, and rounded it out with Roundup, which is at the end. So I was up in Canada for a week, and my voice is a little shot, but I'll tell you what I think. It's the same thing. You and I met while we were up there. Lots of people asked me. The exuberance was off the chart, and I said the entire time I was there that this isn't healthy. We need a correction in the precious metals prices. I mean, every day we were there, gold and silver were up, and people I haven't seen in 15 years were coming out from under rocks, and lots of deals were looking to get financed that shouldn't be financed. So, and any investor that I met, a lot of investors and a lot of people from your show that came up and said they listened to these interviews. And they asked me what I like. And I said, I like these companies in the next pullback. So, yes, I'm very happy with today for the long term, because I think you needed a pullback. What I didn't foresee, even though the entire week I said I wouldn't buy anything right now, is I thought it would be a sort of I wanted a correction. It's healthy in a bull market, but I thought that correction would last a month to 3 months and scare a lot of these punters and all these people that are crawling out under rocks. But as I get back here, I got back late last night, and I'm looking at gold and silver. I actually think this is really good. I think it's, I think that instead of having a prolonged quarter where it gets rougher, I think we're looking at, a few days to 3 weeks to find a bottom. I think if you could buy that bottom in the metals in the next, couple of weeks, I firmly believe we'll see new highs, later this year. I think this is a very healthy correction, and it also gets rid of, a lot of the crap deals that were about to be financed. I think it'll put people on notice. Does that make sense?
No. It makes all the sense. I would ask if you've ever seen this kind of volatility in the gold and silver space, but I know at least with silver, it's the single most volatile day in terms of a percentage drop in recorded history. Have you seen something similar to this before?
No, but we didn't see the run up either. And I laugh because I've been on phone. I've done a couple of interviews today, and people are asking me about silver. Have you ever seen this? Most of my career, silver's traded under $30 an ounce. So it dropping $30 clearly is probably not something I've seen before. So, but I also never saw silver. I've never in my life seen silver over. I've seen it at $50. So right. I mean, we were up at what, 115, 119, and yeah. I don't even know where. I can't remember. It moved so fast. This is healthy.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Matter of fact, when I get off the phone with you, I'm calling my bullion dealer and I'm going to buy some freaking silver. It may go lower in the next few weeks, but I'm telling you that this violent correction, this thing isn't over, and this is healthy. So.
Yeah, no, I happen to agree with you for whatever that is worth. Well, listen, I can't have you on here on a historic day without asking you for a couple of names of companies that, given this pullback, may present a good opportunity, worthy of listeners and readers going and doing some due diligence. Anything out there that sticks out to you, especially in light of the correction going on right now?
Well, I haven't looked at all the royalty companies, but I'm sure they're correcting very hard. And obviously a royalty company with a exposure to gold and silver. I mean, there's different royalty companies. would make sense if my scenario is right that we're going to be bottoming here in the next few weeks and go to new highs later this year. So, but again, that would make sense, especially if it's a cash flow positive. There's several bigger ones that I like. Obviously, I've talked to you about Empress Royalty before, a smaller company run by a first-class management team that's cash flow positive. Again, it's similar theme to picking up gold or silver here in the next couple of weeks. It makes a lot of sense to me. The prospect generators, because by their very nature, again, these aren't companies that are trying to raise money to put something in production. They're trying to find $1 billion, $10 billion asset. And a lot of those are cashed up. Well, a couple I'm involved with and I consult for would be, Headwater, which is run by Caleb's Troop. Headwater's got, close to $100 million in potential partner funding. They're drilling all over the place. Regardless if I'm right or not in the short term, it's about making a discovery, and they're run by good people. And market cap is down today. It's probably, over the next couple of weeks, I'd be looking at that. Kincora Copper, which is looking for giant copper gold porphyries in Australia. We should see results from Anglo's program last year. From what I'm understanding, Anglo will be doing a lot more work this year in drilling. They've got other joint venture partners. The company only has a $40 million market cap. Whether you pay 30 or 40 for it, depending on the sell-off, your prize you're looking for, high risk, is tens of billions of dollars. So, again, in the short term, anything's possible. But I'd look at the royalty companies. I'd look at some of the prospect generators, because I don't know how long. Again, I think this is going to be a short correction because the violent nature of the first day. But we'll see. I've been waiting to buy some more gold, so this is good. Well, and the stocks are more of a longer term play for me.
Yeah, well, listen, if you're comfortable buying at current levels and you believe that this is, a short-term correction and a healthy one at that, look, if you would have told me 2 years ago that the new floor for silver would be around the $80 level and that the new floor for gold would be between $4,500 and $4,800, I would have been absolutely thrilled. And yeah, I think it's important to have context.
I thought of
right?
another company I liked that I met with when I was up there, and I'm a big shareholder, but there's reasons I like it, is Greenlight Metals. They cashed up, again, depending on how long this lasts, they cashed up $12 million at, I think it was 35 cents a share with no warrants. So you don't have to worry about people just clipping stock. Typically, if it's a no warrant financing, it's people who like the deal. They're drilling in Wisconsin. They're well cashed up. They should be drilling this month. That's an excellent speculation that, especially if you can buy, and I haven't looked at it today, but below the financing price where people didn't get warrants. So 35 cents is a interesting speculation of Greenlight Metals.
I couldn't agree more. Great to have you on a day like this. Let's see, there's still some time left here before the market closes on a Friday. So let's see where it closes up. And I'm really, really interested to see how it opens overseas on Sunday and here on Monday. Anything to add to that, Jeff?
Yeah, again, I'm not giving investment advice. I consult for some companies I mentioned. I'm a large shareholder. I buy gold and silver for the last 30 years. I have a lot of the gold I bought when I first retired from this business in 1999 at $295 an ounce is I think what I paid with the premium. So again, I tend not to be a short-term person. So you have to do what you have to do. But I think this is, the one thing I know for sure, 10 years from now, gold and silver are going to be higher.
I couldn't agree with you more. Jeff, thank you so much. Appreciate the time. Let's do it again soon on the next leg higher. I suspect it won't be too long.
That sounds good, Gerardo. Well, maybe we'll get together next week and talk about why gold and silver have bottomed and they're screaming back up. Yeah. Or maybe it'll be 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, or maybe it'll be at new all-time highs next week. That kind of market, right? Historic for sure. Yeah, thank you again.
Thanks for having me, Gerardo.
Thanks for coming on. Hey everybody, Gerardo Del Real here. If you're enjoying the content that you just saw, you can let us know in 3 simple steps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share across your network and on social media. Take care, everybody.